Let's see how many traffic accidentes we can spot on this wet and rainy morning. Extra emphasis on unnecessarily rolled R's. Hey, did you know that wheels on the bus go round and round?
Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, ostensibly giving members more time to be back in their districts for every 4-day weekend. The long seasonal recesses should have been made superfluous. Why weren't they?
So he's saying Congress gets enough time off. They don't need these long recesses. All right, what's your answer?
The summer recess is really meant as a vacation. It's time to be with your family or just goof off. The other recesses really aren't very long. They tend to be much shorter and focused around holidays like President's Day, the 4th of July, etc. But Mr. Nolan's making a good point. Members spend a lot of time going back and forth to their districts every weekend, and some years very little time in Washington doing legislative work, and it creates all kinds of problems that we didn't have historically.
What kinds of problems does that create?
But it used to be that families came here and stayed, particularly when transportation was a whole lot harder. In my childhood, when my father was in Congress, I went to school half year in New Orleans and half year in Washington for years. It meant that people were here in Washington. They got to know each other. They got to form friendships. They were across the aisle and across the dome. They got to know each other so they could come together on legislation. And they also became experts on legislation because they were here for a concentrated period of time. That's no longer true.
Well, was there ever a time that lawmakers were actually just stayed in Washington too long and didn't get out to take those breaks?
Well, I'm sure that there are probably plenty of times, but the one I loved best was in 1820, the year of the first Missouri Compromise. John Quincy Adams' wife, Louisa Catherine Adams, wrote that she went to a meeting of the trustees of the orphan asylum and learned that they would need a new building because, and I'm quoting here, David, the session had been very long. The fathers of the nation had left 40 cases to be provided for by the public. Congress had left behind 40 pregnant women, and there were only like 186 members of the House at the time. Now,
wow.
Some of them might have been recidivist, I don't know. But she said she was writing to her father-in-law, former President John Adams, and she said the members of Congress should give up the pay increases that they had voted for themselves so that it could be appropriated, quote, as a fund to the support of the institution.
Wow.
So
okay.
that's why you need to write women's history, because you don't learn those things from the men's letters.
Oh, I love that. One more question from a listener. This comes from Daniel Dennis on Twitter. He asks, does anyone stick around to do work? I guess he's wondering if Capitol Hill just becomes a total ghost town or if there are people who stay behind during recess.
Well, during most recesses, of course, the staff is behind, and there are thousands of staff members, and they do a huge amount of work. But it's August, David, and you know August in Washington, it is pretty much ghost town.
Koki, thanks so much as always.
Catholic Church number, you try to reach out to any members of my church. You get to listen to NPR while they're extended. don't feel my rights. Last week, they're still mostly there. My left hand is bite free now for 4 weeks, for 1 month. Actually, it's helping me not chew on them. That I've been lately taking to using fingernail polish on my left hand to make me conscious if I ever have it near my mouth. I can feel the polish on it and I can even smell it. And that consciously reminds me, hey, don't stick a nail in your mouth and don't think about it off. Also helps to keep my nail together because I do have some pretty weak fingernails. So when they have polish on them, it makes it easier for them to, or makes it harder for them to bend or get fully which direction and start tearing at the parts of them. So that's also helped where I can keep my nails stronger, more break resistant. surprised me. I haven't seen really any advertisements politically in my area for any of my candidates. I have no idea what their issue. I mean, I know whatever his issues are, but stance are on things based on information on the website, what they've stated on the papers, and what I've read in other editorials and online sources. So no, I know quite a bit about my candidates here in Kentucky and Louisville. Even though where I live, my member of Congress is not one who oversees the Louisville district. The congressional district puts me actually in the west. My congressman is based out of Owensboro. The congressional district line literally goes about a mile in to Jefferson County from West District. So I pay Louisville taxes. I live in Louisville. Everything I do involves Louisville in some capacity. But yet I have no representation from the district that essentially is what governs me. Oh snap. They're like eastbound. Something happened. There's no one there now, but there were sitting there.
races are still undecided this morning. The GOP primary in Kansas, where Trump supporter Chris Kobach is running an insurgent campaign against the state's governor, Jeff Colyer. And the special election in Ohio's 12th congressional district is still up in the air. But even if the Republican Troy Balderson edges out the Democrat Danny O'Connor in that race, Democrats will feel pretty good because this is a solidly red district. What, if anything, could this portend for the November midterms, where the control of the House and possibly the Senate is up for grabs? Jesse Hunt is the press secretary for the National Republican Congressional Committee. He is in our studios this morning. Jesse, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So Troy Balderson leads, but by less than 1 percentage point in this Ohio race. President Trump won this district by 11 points. Why is this race so close?
Oh, we feel that when all the votes are counted right now, they're kind of provisional ballots, and barring any sort of last-minute change, it doesn't appear to be a recount in the works. But when every legal vote is counted, we believe that Troy Balderson will be the victor in this race. Right now, in this type of a race, special elections have these unique factors at play that don't really become an issue general election swing. Everyone is fighting over the same square inch of turf. Liberal donors from New York and California flood the district with dollars that allow candidates like Danny O'Connor and some of the other Democrats in the special election that we've seen to really have an advantage when it comes
Whoa,
to
bro, whoa, you're a little too far over.
Me too. What's the price tag on that? What did your party spend on this election?
I believe it's Democratic candidates getting a better rate to get more bang for their buck. So we had to spend to try to level the playing field to help our candidate. That is something that's not in where we have very well-known, strong incumbents who maintain a healthy cash-out hand advantage.
Let me pull off a few in there. I ended up getting lunch yesterday,
President Trump tweeted last night. I'm going to read this. He said,
and it depleted what I was going to use for gas later this
down
week.
in early voting, 64 to 36. That was not good. After my speech Saturday night, it was a big turn for the better. Now Troy wins a great victory during a very tough time of the year for voting. First, we should say Balderson has not won yet. Second, the president's popularity in Ohio has been steadily slipping in that state since January, especially among women and independents. So, if Troy Balderson, the Republican, wins this race and he edges out, is it because of President Trump or despite him?
We actually, during the final stages of the campaign, had a really strong team effort. We had Governor Kasich come and release a key ad to support Troy Balderson. We had the president come in, we had the vice president come in, all to help engage Republican voters, and we saw that there was a significant uptick in enthusiasm. But also, the final weeks of the campaign, it was defined by moments that were created by Chris Matthews and Danny O'Connor.
Dunno.
Chris Matthews pressed Danny O'Connor over his supporters.
Now, under Worko. But I don't have an Orco, and I keep it.
He admitted what everyone knows. Republican House Democrats will side with Nancy Pelosi every single time. That was becoming a defining moment on the last stage of the campaign that will certainly play out later as we move into the fall with other Democratic candidates.
I mean, I know that's what Republicans like to frame this race, and they use Nancy Pelosi as a foil a lot. But nevertheless, this was an election that Donald Trump carried by 11 points. Be where the GOP wants to be coming up to the midterm elections. What lessons do you take away from this?
We need to be engaged as much as we possibly can. Our candidates need to be prepared to execute strong campaigns. You cannot get outspent 5-1 on a candidate level. That is not going to be a feasible strategy come this fall. But what we can see, we did see, is that we have an ability to motivate our voters. We do have an ability to win over persuadable voters because voters in this part of the country it's a close encouragement. Every single vote for a Democrat is a vote.
Oh man, did I tell y'all? No, I didn't, because I haven't been really getting online or streaming much lately. But Glenn Jacobs is the mayor of Knox County in Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, Knox County, Tennessee, which Knoxville is a part of. Who's Glenn Jacobs, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. He is Kane, the wrestler from WWE, Big Red Machine, the Devil's Favorite Son.
But there'll be an epidemic in districts like flight patterns out in
when I get stopped by that light on the bike, having to come from dead stop to go up this hill. It's terrible. Once I'm about here, it's fine because it's mostly flat at this point, and now reaching down downhill here in a minute, not even a minute, on a bicycle. Actually, no, if I'm a regular cadence on bicycle, I'm usually doing about 33 to 35 right here. So I'm getting a pretty good click going right through this. And I get this downhill, be able to kick it up to 40-ish, 45 miles an hour. And then I hit this hill and it slows back down to about 20, 25. I have extremely poor quality gears on my bike right now, so you know what happens. But I'm able to pretty much maintain right through here about 15 to 20 miles an hour consistently, as long as I don't get stopped by these stoplights. Because there are some little hills that change in grade, but not affect me overall long term, because it stays mostly flat. when it's wet, and I have seen that sign get hit in my 13 years coming to this building, at least